Okay, traders, let's take a quick look at UNISWAP to USDT first. So on my previous videos, I was talking about this important, significant level, this candle, which was, I don't really know if you want to consider this ICO, IPO, IEO pump to the upside here, but $15 level, of course, was significant, and we bullishly engulfed above the previous rejection of the previous $15 levels. So this means that there's going to be certain continuation to the upside. Now, how do I see this? I look at it like we are currently formulating the third wave. As this was the first wave, this was consolidation second wave, and this is the third wave. We are currently in the third wave, so the train is moving right now. Would you really want to jump into it? Not sure, but you could certainly jump into it with certain risk management areas and certain risk management points here, which can be determined by the small time frames. So I'll simply jump onto the 12-hour time frame. Now directly on the 12-hour, what do you see here? This 21 simple moving average right here is kind of like the trend control, the trend bearer, I would say. And last two times was a good reaccumulation point in these zones before exponential move to the upside. I mean, the last test for the 21 simple moving average on 12-hour time frame, we are up 200% from that point. Isn't that interesting? That is certainly interesting, but what are the momentum oscillators trying to tell you? Let's just... Okay, now this is quite confusing, right? I mean, the RSI just stays up like, I mean, what to do? You can't long, you can't short. So simply, just try to simplify this thing. RSI above 60 is bullish. RSI below 40 is bearish to neutral to consolidation. Well, more or less bearish, right? So here's the thing. On 12-hour time frame, RSI staying above 60 is going to be the trend definer, I would say. That's going to define a trend, I think. Yeah, 60 RSI 60. Keep an eye on RSI. If you are breaking below the 60 on RSI, then certainly you could have a chance of screwing this up right here and finally breaking below the trend bearer. But as far as these conditions are not met, there is no point going against the market, because this is a strong trend right here. I mean, the third wave, the C wave after the first wave correction, is 623% upside. Well, this is significant. I mean, in a month you're getting a return of 600%. When would you want to take profits? I mean, imagine longing this consolidation range and being up 600%. So now you've got to be thinking about the psychology of people holding these positions here as well. How do you determine that? You look at these assets across exchanges, and check out their funding rates and see how expensive it is to borrow US dollar to long this one, or to borrow Bitcoin to long this one, Uni in this case. Now these things combined are going to be helping you to conclude with what can happen here. I'm going to be talking about marginal data and how to do your quant analysis for most of the trends, and potentially define your tops and bottoms. Although you can't really call top and bottom in any market. I have an experience of trading for like 6 to 7 years in the markets, and I think whenever I've tried to call the tops and the bottoms, I mean, it was just a mess. It was just a headache to actually figure out, and if it starts going against you, it's pretty difficult to find out a risk management standpoint to take an exit from the market. So yet again, no hurry. The train has already left. You just want to see if the trend stays to the upside or not. For the time being, certainly the moving average is sloped like crazily, drastically to the upside on the 12-hour time frame. So certainly this price action is still bullish. All right, it is still bullish. You cannot be like, oh, we have a bearish divergence here and there, so it's going to go to zero, it's going to go down, it's going to go to shit. No, market does not move like that. It's probably going to go down, gather some liquidity from 15 zones, and just simply head high. Like, this is going to be the first and foremost assumption if you're trading a trend right here. Trend to the upside, all the short positions are going to be scalps. They're just going to be scalps, right? So let's simply go into the 4-hour time frame, the even smaller. Sticking to the 21 simple, just sticking it as, but it's just staying like this, sticking here for a 161% move to the upside. Certainly forming a lot of this is actually, I mean, just by looking at the price action, I can see there is certainly divergence going on in this zone here. So yeah, the RSI trend is to the downside. Now look at this. this is what I was talking about. The 4-hour time frame, all the way until this point. Well, in fact, all the way until this point and this point as well. In fact, was maintaining above the 60 moving average. Now on the 4-hour time frame, you did have a kind of like a head and shoulder here, and then you broke down and you are finally below the bull control. Wow. Well, could be risky to long here. Not gonna deny the UNI USD. Not really good risk reward opportunity for the upside. Not like pretty risky player. In fact, I mean the technicals and the momentum is kind of signaling that it wants to consolidate and come and test the 40 zones on the RSI to retest it, like something like this. I mean, you had a double bottom formation on the 40 RSI before continuing the trend. In fact, you had a major bullish divergence here between these 2 points, right? Let me just rectify this one. Yeah, you certainly had a good bullish divergence here, which let the RSI go back above 60 again, started closing above it, took it as support, and just like you see the trend right here. Well, that's all because of the relative strength of the market being above 60. So if you're below 60, there's no hurry. There's no FOMO here. There's just let it resolve. Let it resolve. I mean, how would you resolve? You would resolve by closing a few significant hourlies or 12 hourlies above $21, $22 regions. As of now, Uni is looking like it wants to consolidate below the $22 zones. And can a consolidation lead to a breakdown? Certainly it can lead to a breakdown. How would you confirm that? You would confirm that by simply jumping onto the daily here. If we lose the 15, then it's a trend breakdown here. If you lose the $15 level, I mean, this is pretty simple here, right? I mean, the more you zoom out, better the picture. It's just like anything which is happening in the higher time frames. Similar things are happening on the small time frames, but the higher the time frame, the better the confirmation, the better the strength behind the facts as to where the market is going to go. So for the time being, you're staying above 15, completely fine. Hold it. No need for going leveraged long on these locations because it's just too risky. It's not really worth it. I mean, check this RSI here. Certainly building head and shoulder with a complex right shoulder here, breaking below this particular trend line here. Yeah, right there. If you're looking at daily closes below 70 on the RSI, for the coming 2 days, 2 to 3 days, trend could be consolidation to the downside. Could be a potential retest of the 21 simple moving average at 15. So keep an eye on that level. If we are finally breaking down from this zone, you could pick some up. And maybe see if the market wants to pick it up. And look, you want to be at the right side, right? And you can certainly be a contrarian, and you can be like, oh, everybody's long, so I'm going to short, and you're going to make money. That's going to happen sometimes, but most of the time you're going to be finding where people are lining up to buy or to sell. For this trend, which is bullish, people are going to be lining up to buy. This looks to me like a key zone, 15. And on the upside, 22 is the key zone. Now, enough of downside target actually. Let me just take a look at this stock. Well, bearishly crossing here, sneaking around on these levels, not really going to the upside on a significant basis, with a down slope as of now formulating for the past 2 to 3 days. You could certainly continue this stochastic trend to the downside and maybe see if you can retest the $15 zones. And you would want to retest it. Like, you would not want to close a candle below the $15 level. Don't if you see $15 level being lost on a daily time frame, candle is closing below 15, then we are in for maybe like a month or so of consolidation to downside to sideways. But if you're maintaining this 21 simple on the daily time frame, it's good. Bitcoin is above 21 daily. UNISWAP is certainly above 21 daily. So why not? First assumption is going to be bullish. Risk management is going to be below 15. Until that, I do not see any good valid reasons for risk management. In fact, you certainly can't pick 17, or you could simply get wigged out on these levels, and the price could simply get back again here, and then you want to be beating your head against the wall. So not really favorable. Don't just jump into a train which is running at 200 kilometers an hour. Let it settle down, let it come to a station. The closest station looks to me like 15, and the other closest station looks to me like 22. Let a daily candle close above 22 or 15, then make a move for Uni. That's how you manage your risk. Let's jump on to Uni BTC as well. Okay, immediately on the daily time frame, strength falling to the downside, potentially making a head and shoulder on relative strength here. I mean, these patterns, again and again and again on cryptocurrency markets, I've seen these patterns, like they do play out on the strength index and the stochastics lot more than the price action itself. So you do kind of have like a head and shoulder right here, left shoulder, right shoulder breakdown. Could argue that this was something like this, and finally breaking down, retest and rejection. If this candle is going to be closing like this, we could certainly be looking at a retest of 21 daily on the Uni BTC. That would extrapolate into Uni USDT, retesting the $15 zones on the daily time frame on the 21 simple as well, which is a downside move of 17-20%. Could be a good trade potentially. And if I draw a grind from the trend origination, you're quite at it actually. I mean, you're just there. Breaking below this could be catastrophic actually. All right, this is actually quite of a contrarian standpoint, because the trend is to the upside, and I'm trying to find out how this one is going to break down. It could certainly continue to the upside and annoy a lot of people who are waiting on the sidelines here, but it looks to me like Uni BTC also wants to consolidate. I mean, you attempted a closure above the all-time high here, around 62,000 satoshis. You were not able to do that. You simply rejected it, made a second attempt, currently rejecting back again, which means that Bitcoin dominance is kind of doing good in the market. Well, quite confusing situation in the market for the weekend. Not much conviction, not much edge. So it looks to me like most of the market is inclined towards micro caps to small caps, because these are big caps. Big caps have moved up 300-400% against Bitcoin. There are going to be micro caps which are going to be moving 10,000% against Bitcoin. I mean, this market is still illiquid. I mean, you can simply take an asset to the sky, just buy a couple of Bitcoins if they are leveraged out in the market, and probably liquidate all the people to the upside here. This is the condition, this is the market you're dealing with. So just face it, all right? Just face it. It's difficult. Managing risk is the most important thing in this market. Do not be concerned about the asset going to the moon. You missing out on that. Look, it's not worried about you. Uniswap going to any place, it's not worried about you. People longing, shorting, they're not worried about you. It's just market. It's just market. Simple market dynamics, simple market movements. Nobody knows you personally. All right. If you see buyers lining up, price is going to go up. If you see sellers lining up, the price is going to go down. For the time being, this looks like a consolidation phase. Breaking below the 21 simple could lead to further downfall, and if you're breaking below the 21 simple, you'll be breaking this grind line as well. That would be pretty interesting to see, right? Yeah, you break down targets at 26,000 Satoshi, which is a 50% down move. I mean, that's again too far-fetched. You do not want to be looking at charts like in a far-fetched manner, because that's not going to help you out a lot. So I'll just simply go into the daily time frames and see what this squeeze is like here. Rejecting potential distribution. Also, you lost this base, so my bad right here. Yeah, you certainly lost the base. I mean, there are just too many lines. Okay, yeah, you lost this kind of base. You tested it, you kind of failed again. This could lead to further continuation of the downside and test some key levels around these spots, these zones. A lot of activity going on around here. A lot of activity here as well. So downside targets could be Yeah, potential. For this target to happen, you got to lose this level. For this target to happen, you got to lose this level. All right. Similarly, on the upside, you have to gain this level. You got to gain 58. Let's just simply demarcate this entire area by a zone, like a box, because that covers 60,000 as well. So you got to gain 60,000 if you want to be going to the upside. You want to lose 46,000 if you want to be going to the downside here. We could potentially have a retest back at this point here at the trend line. Now, where is my drawing tool? The brush. Yeah, something like this. And if you do close some candles above it, then you could think of like something like this. All right, but watch what happens. Like, watch for the retest. Like, if it fails on this trend line, you're gonna come back here again, probably make a new low than this one, and probably test some key significant levels. So it's not resolved here. It's simply chop. It's a simple chop here on the hourly, and then, well, there are a few key things that are supposed to happen. Okay, what the hell, man? Okay, so you lost the 21 simple with conviction, but you did here as well, but you got bought back up on relatively yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, the strength index is just like, okay, here's the thing. I mean, this could have a good breakdown. I mean, if you lose this level, you could certainly come here and retest that because of the strength index. Like, losing this level would mean that you're losing 40 on the strength index on the 4-hour time frame. Now that's also something to be considered. Like, I mean, you see this entire consolidation. You left the 40, and then you just simply slowly grinded your way to the downside. I mean, that's all after losing 40. Like, wow. Just take a look at this area. You below 40, you're just gonna be bearish. You're just gonna be generally bearish here. And as you can see, that sloping moving average is turning to the downside here. Could potentially mean that 50,000 is 50,000, 46,000 is lost. We could come down, and that could get us back down to significant levels around, well, all the way to 26 as well. Again, too far-fetched for this one to happen. A lot of things have to happen here, and maybe to the upside here. But for the immediate time being, if you don't see a bounce coming off of the 40 on the relative strength index, then probably you're just going to simply melt your way down. If you hold the 40 here, you could certainly come and retest this trend line, the small little sneaky trend line here. And if you close over the trend line, the 4-hour time frame, then you retest the box right here. For the time being, this looks like a breakdown to me. The candles are still wanting to continue to the upside, to the downside here on the 4-hour time frame. So yeah, looks like a potential breakdown on the 4-hour time frame. We've rejected like a couple of times here. I don't know how many chances markets are going to give you to exit. Let's see if we. Alright, now this is also one of the important things to be taken care of here. 50,000 being significant on the 12-hour time frame, as the 21 simple is aligning with it. Interesting. What are you doing right now? You're currently bearishly engulfing, wiping off all of the gains from the previous days. Wanted to put the pressure down at the 21 simple moving average, and making today's daily pretty significant on the UNI BTC, which is going to be a 51,000 satoshis. If you close below 51,000 satoshis, then certainly you could make an argument that we're going to come down to 46 and then to 38, all these zones. Losing the 21 simple is going to be significant. Not that much, but yeah, like until you lose a major time frame, it's nothing is significant. So on the 3 days, certainly the picture looks bullish, and you have closed above this area right here at 48,000 satoshis. Again, making the 48,000 to 46,000 satoshis a pretty significant level. So I'm like, me personally, I'm going to be keeping an eye on these levels for 48 to 50,000 satoshis. If you're closing 3-day candles below these levels, then you could retest the 21 simple on the 3-day time frame, aligning with this breakout area around the 25,000 satoshis. 25,000 satoshis is going to be quite catastrophic, in fact. Well, because it's 50% downside. Man, oh man, have you been here in the bear market? These things, when they start their downtrends, they're just gonna go down. They will not stop. They'll just go down. Well, not certainly the market dynamics for the time being, because everything is bullish and the market Bitcoin just flipped all-time high into 2x. Certainly the dynamics have changed, so got to be keeping the bullish bias in mind. And well, I remember when I was trading the first bull bear cycle, I had this PTSD, like, it's gonna go down, it's gonna go down, it's gonna go down, ignoring that the trend is really strengthful and it's gonna go and probably it's gonna stay. I had this constant PTSD, like, it's just gonna fall back. Not gonna help you. Constantly looking for reversal points is not gonna help you. Determining the trend, staying in the trend is certainly gonna help you. It's gonna be way better than most of the things. And well, this is actually pretty much one-sided conversation here. I would certainly be making a Discord channel or something like an interactive space where you guys can actually share your ideas, thoughts, opinion, and request your coins as well, where I can take a look at them, and maybe start a few live streams as well. So it all depends on you. Hit that like, hit subscribe. This is pretty awkward to ask for subscribe, but yeah, it would really help me and my channel to grow. And I would be passing on some fresh new information to all of you guys, and well, it's gonna help me keep motivated as well. So yeah, me motivated, you motivated, everybody motivated, crypto market motivated, bullish, moon. It's always gonna be moon. All right. Good times to follow up for cryptocurrency holders, and UNISWAP, being one of the significant players in the market, currently wanting to lose this. Oh, did we lost this previous low? Yeah, we did. 49,000 for such and such level has been lost on the 3-day time frame. I think it just happened, and the significant closure is going to be this particular candle. So have your charts on and have this 21 simple moving average on 12-hour time frame. It looks to me like significant one here, and potentially it could turn things into distribution if we do not get some buying action coming from 47 to 46,000 Satoshi regions. Breakdown targets are going to be this, and this. Pretty simple, right? Uni Ethereum. Certainly a bullish trend. Can't really have a convicted bias that this is a trend reversal right here. Although we can certainly argue, like we can certainly put on a few points like these wicks are pretty useless for a structured determination. Let's actually get rid of the diagonals, because the diagonals are not going to work on this one. Let's just simply stick to horizontal and keep things simple. Significant level right here, right there. I can just readjust it to this point here, and this one upside, this one here and here, right? Okay. 12-hour time frame closing below 21 simple, not really good, not really healthy in the short term. 12-hour time frame closing about 21 back again is good. It's probably good. For the time being, these candles are again indecision. This one is a huge indecision right here. When you see market reacting like this, when you see traders getting liquidated both to the upside and downside, there is certainly going to be a lot of volatility following up because of the indecision for the most of the participants in the market. It's just indecision mode on. Losing 12-hour, 21 simple, yet another point for like losing a little conviction in the market. So wait it out. I think since this is below the 21 simple on the 12-hour time frame, it could be better to stay in Ethereum rather than Uni. So if you want to be managing your risk, and if you're happy with your gains on UNISWAP against Ethereum, which is apparently up 230%, you want to take a break, you want to take some profits, you want to hedge your exposure against Ethereum here, you could simply swap your UNISWAP into Ethereum and stay out of the market until we break above these points here. The first one being this one and the second one being that one. So which leaves you out of the market for a 10% move, but you certainly want to be you certainly want to be looking at some price action behavior above the 21 simple for immediate trend continuation. This is not immediate trend continuation here. The immediate bullish bias has been turned off, not by me, not by you, but by the market. Maybe the participants want to enjoy a bit with their profits and take a little vacation, so really depends what your risk tolerance is for Uniswap. For me personally, I would say I would stay in Ethereum. If we are wanting to trend below the 21 simple on the 12-hour time frame, you could certainly snake around on these levels. And let me check the daily. The daily is going to be at what is this? Hey, what is the Satoshi term for Ethereum? Let me know in the comments actually if you know that. 0.01 Ethereum for one Uniswap looks to me like a key significant level. Breaking below 0.01 is going to be not good, not really good for a downside move of 31%. Okay, I just did a downside move of 22%, 20%. I mean, yeah. So yeah, keep an eye on these levels. This current bullish engulf structure on the daily time frame, actually pointing towards 0.01. 0.01 is going to be a significant point here. Manager risk going to according to your plans, stick to them. Also, breaking above this is going to be a potential for a blue sky breakout. It's something like we are something that we are seeing on a Uniswap. Something that we're looking on. What was I talking about on the previous video? Oh man, I'm simply losing the dot. Not bad. Polka dot is on a blue sky breakout, and blue sky breakout targets are simply Fibonacci zones of potential profit taking levels. So double bottom, spot one is at 0.022, 1.618 is at 0.034, 2.618 is at 0.0524, which is approximately 4x from this point. I mean, yet again, too far-fetched, taking things step by step. Currently looks to me like it wants to consolidate. Could be a good point of reaccumulation for Uniswap against Ethereum. Certainly keep an eye on it, and breaking above or below key significant levels could certainly lead on to further upside. You can screenshot this and you can save it somewhere, or maybe you can repeat this video, like you can play it again and again. Could increase my views as well. Yeah, so yeah, you have your levels here, which are pretty much defined actually for Uniswap. No need to panic, no need to hurry, no need to worry. You stay level-headed, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.